All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am the Pit Messiah, your host with a Quiet Storm live trading session for July the 23rd, 2025. We do have some pre market action going on, so let's go ahead and check that out. After that, we're going to go ahead and describe what it is we actually do and fall into a 15-minute pacing of possible opportunities to enter the market on a buy or sell basis. So, start things off, we just hit a take profit smashed on IOTX USD for 111 pips. I'll go ahead and get that called out in both signal chat channels and then move into our trades for the night. All right, so this is going to be 411 pips. This is IOTX versus Tether. Oh my God. Pardon my yawning. I literally just got out of bed about 8 minutes ago, so I'm not quite awake yet, but I'll get there. Oh, man. I'll tell you what, I did go to sleep on time last night, which was good. I just did not anticipate sleeping that hard. I'm glad I got it when I did because I was about to pull the whole hear the alarm and go back to sleep sort of thing, and that would have not been fun. All right, so here's our first take profit smash for the night. This will be IOTX USTD. Get to my doohickey rule here. It's temporary. What the heck is going on here? Huh. What to say? StreamYard is tripping on me. So that's IOTX USTD. It's going to be a take profit smash for 111 pips. Called this trade out at 1:30 in the morning yesterday during the live. So congratulations for those of you who took the trade. So with that, let's take a look at the colored lines that are on the chart. These are exponential moving averages. The exponential moving average is a graphical representation of the average of the last number or a couple of candles. So the yellow line is the 5 exponential moving average. The red line is the 13 exponential moving average. When you're looking on any asset on any time frame, the yellow line represents the power of the buyers. The red line equals the power of the sellers. So in this particular case, the yellow is over the red. Buyers in control of the market on IOTX USTD on the 15-minute. Then you have the aqua line, which is the 50 exponential moving average, the gray line, which is 200 exponential moving average, and the blue line, which is the 800 exponential moving average. If those lines appear in this order, aqua on the top, gray in the middle, and blue on the bottom, you're in an uptrend. If this line appears in this order, blue on the top, gray in the middle, and aqua on the bottom, you're in a downtrend. So this is in an uptrend. So putting together the analysis, buyers in control of the market in an uptrend. And guess what? You've got a winning trade. So we have the euro versus the Polish zloty. And we have blue, aqua, gray. That's a consolidation. We will not be entering that trade. We have FLM versus Tether. That hit take profit on us. We have Bake versus Tether. Another smash of take profit. We have Dusk versus Tether. Yet another smash of take profit. We have Binance Coin versus Tether. Another smash of take profit. We have 6N1, which is a futures. This hit stop loss. We have Binance Coin on the 30-minute instead of 15-minute. Another smash of take profit. We have Lista versus Tether. Another smash of take profit. We have Bake versus Tether. Another smash of take profit. We have IOTX versus Tether, which we just looked at. Another smash of take profit. At 12:15 this morning, we had Ton versus Tether. This is aqua gray blue. We will be entering this trade. It's going to be a buy at 3.377. This is going to be a long position from current price. Going to shorten up that stop. Let's get these parameters up. All right, this is going to be a crypto perpetual trade. You will find this particular pair on liquid brokers. Again, if you're trying to follow along with the brokers that I'm using, if you click on the description to this particular video, the link to both liquid brokers and LHFX are there for you to use so you can follow along. So it's going to be Ton Coin versus Tether, TON, USDT. It's a 15-minute confirmation market execution buy. The risk to reward ratio is going to be 3.26. The take profit is going to be 3.377. That's going to be for 75 pips. Stop loss is going to be 3.279. That's going to be for 23 pips. And your entry price is going to be 3.302. And here's going to be your first call of the night. Ton versus Tether, 15-minute confirmation. Market execution buy. Entry price is 3.302. Stop loss is 3.279 for 23 pips. Take profit is 3.377 for 75 pips. And a risk to reward ratio of 3.26. Moving on to our next call. This is going to be Dusk versus Tether. Again, this hit take profit. It's called out at 6:30 in the morning yesterday. Straight to profit. And with that, we are now caught up for the morning. Our next time frame we will have possible opportunities to enter the market will be at 2:15. That's right at 5 minutes from now. Let's go ahead and get our list cleaned up. It's a crypto perpetual trade. Interesting stuff. USD PLN is our highest one in take profit on here. That one really took off on us. I did re-enter the trade up here myself. So we'll wait. It is 2:11. Let me grab some water real quick and we'll be right back at it. Oh, wow. So a couple of days ago, I believe this was on Monday, we marked off a line item at about 117,600 on Bitcoin using the daily time frame. And we basically have been in consolidation at that point since Friday. And my theory is price is going to keep testing this level and eventually fall below this and recover this unhealthy price action right here. So we go to the daily, kind of see what I'm talking about here. This was supposed to be at the 50 EMA. So that's now fallen to 110,958. So let's adjust our levels here. On the 4 hour, this should now be 117,904.40. This is now going to be 112,918.28. And the next one is going to be the 800. And that's now going to be 102,839.89. Now, if we go to the daily and take a look at the same levels, you can kind of look to the left and see what's going on. This is a partial recovery of the unhealthy price action that caused the all-time high. And then if we go and look at the fair value gaps, we kind of get an idea of where this stuff may lie. So we have a very small amount of support right here at 116,813. I think we're going to end up breaking through that. It'll take a while for it to break through this level of support, but I think that will happen. Just two smaller areas here. One more at about 104,555. If it breaks that, we're going to get down to this area around 102,839. It keeps going. We have another marked off at 97,000, another at 93,500, and worst case scenario at 75,000 and 68,250. You get to that by going up to the weekly, and you can look to the left and see the same price action. The wick here and the uncovered wick here. So as of right now, Bitcoin We're in like a perfect storm of cash inflows into ETFs and no major news, and maybe some serious strength in the US dollar is a little bit in trouble. You need the dollar to be strong so that Tether can be weak for Bitcoin and other altcoins to take off. And right now, we've got a lot of dollar strength. To drive that home, let's take a look at the DXY. This is the US dollar index. I'm going to go up in time frame. This is the 4-hour. What you see is a whole lot of resistance above current price. But the dollar is stuck between the bottom of this fair value gap and the top of this fair value gap. You go up in the time frame to the daily. You see the gap is a little bit wider. You go up to the weekly, and you see that we have aqua, gray, blue. The dollar is in an uptrend. Here's the 800 EMA, which is the edge of the market. So there's a little bit more wiggle room for the dollar to fall, but at that point, the dollar's going to make a rebound. And look at how much room it has to cover. Here's the top of the range at 110.176. And we're currently at 97.374. That's the dollar recovering damn near 24%. And it's going to happen. With that being said, it's now 2:17. It looks like we did get two more signals while we were talking. Let's take a look. We have the Great British Pound versus the Danish krone. This is a Forex currency exotic trade. We have blue, gray, aqua. This is a downtrend. We will be taking this trade on a sell to 8.5881. 8.5881. It's going to be a short position from current price. Going to short up this stop just a wee bit. Let's go ahead and get this bad boy called out. All right, this is going to be a Forex currency exotic trade. You'll be able to find this on both liquid brokers and LHFX. And this is going to be the Great British Pound versus the Danish krone, GBP, DKK. 15-minute confirmation, market execution sell with a risk to reward ratio of 2.67. The take profit is going to be 8.5881. That's going to be for 136 pips. Stop loss is going to be 8.6068. That's going to be for 51 pips. And the entry price is going to be 8.6017. And here's your next call of the night. Again, this is a Forex currency exotic trade, GBP, DKK, 15-minute confirmation, market execution sell. Entry price is 8.6017. Stop loss is 8.6068 for 51 pips. Stop loss is to be 8.5881 for 136 pips with a risk to reward ratio of 2.67. Next up is going to be the euro to the Great British pound. This is aqua gray blue in uptrend. We're going to be entering this trade on a buy to 0.86922. This is going to be a long position from current price. And we're going to short at this stop just a wee bit. And take that extra space. It's 6922. All right. And this is going to be a Forex currency minor pair. You'll find this on both Liquid Brokers and LHFX. This is the euro to the Great British pound sterling. 15-minute confirmation, market execution buy. With a risk to reward ratio of 3.95. Take profit is 0.86922. That's going to be for 17 pips. Stop loss is going to be 0.8704. As a matter of fact, it just gave us more space. So since we have not officially entered the trade yet, let's go ahead and grab that. And give ourselves some extra wiggle room. 86922. Still drawing back. Never mind. The trade just. Okay. So we will not be entering euro the Great British pound. I need to go check the news to figure out what went down there. Okay. So it's 222. By now, it would have called out any other trades on a buy or sell basis. Nothing else has popped. I need to go check if there's any major news on the euro, the Great British pounds. We're going to do that. Our next opportunities to enter the market will be about 2:30 in the morning. That's a little under 7 minutes from now. Let's go check the news. Yeah, it looks like we just had the drop of the interest rate on the German 2-year bond auction. That shouldn't have caused enough to really cause anything, but apparently it did. We got USD existing home sales dropping at 9:30 a.m. It's an hour and a half past the opening of the New York Stock Exchange. And one piece of major news, which is comments by the governor of the Royal Bank of Australia. It's at 10:05 p.m. tonight. So not much in the way of anything that will actually move the market, except maybe this existing home sales announcement. The comments by the governor of the Royal Bank of Australia so late at night, I don't think that's really going to move anything. It's pre-London market. So unless he's going to say the interest rates are going to go down for the Australian dollar, that's not going to move anything. No one's going to be awake to hear him. Okay. That is a monster candle. Let's go down time frame and see what's going on here. So it broke the bottom of the Asian range, leveled off. It's likely that this is going to continue to decline in price. It is on a downtrend on the 1 minute. It's a consolidation on the 5 minute. at the bottom of a fair value gap. That's going to take off. Bitcoin got up above 120 and then took off another 1,400 points. It did not hit the all-time high. The all-time high is 123,000. So we got sell pressure at the 1 hour and below time frame. A little weird. We got the sellers in control of the market, but we're in an uptrend. So it really depends over the next 2 hours or so whether or not the price is going to come up and retest the bottom of the 50 EMA and continue south. The issue is going to be there's a giant area of fair value gap support down here, which means price is trapped. It's going to have to break through that to decline further south in price. And I'm not sure that's likely to happen before the New York session when American money starts hitting the market again. So we'll keep watching it. But I don't think there's going to be any major news right now on Bitcoin. I think it's going to hover around the same price the entire live session. At any rate, we got about 2 minutes left to go until the mid of the hour at 2:30. Quick time to go grab something to drink, stretch your legs a little bit, and we'll be right back at it in about 2 minutes. All right, 2:30 in the morning sharp. Let's see what we end up getting. Okay, it's going to take about 2 minutes or so for TradingView to get through all of the trades on the 15-minute and the 30-minute time frame. which is where these trades come from at this point of the morning. If we do happen not to get any opportunities at 2:30, then the next time that we'll be able to get opportunities to enter the market will be at 2:45, a little under 14 minutes from now. What's going on? We can take a look at futures. So I kind of want to know what's going on there. Okay, so we just got a trade deal announced with Japan, lowering their tariffs by 10%. This may rally the Japanese yen when the U.S. market opens. So we might get opportunities on USD versus Japanese yen at that point. Looks like we got a pre-market rally on the US 30, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ 100. So we'll be looking for retracements on the sell side on those three for possible opportunities to enter the market on a buy. You've got the same thing going on the German 30 and the France 40. Yeah, the same thing going on the Japanese Nikkei 225. So during the session tonight, we'll be looking for a slight sell-off with EMA cross to get us opportunities to buy all of those different indices. So we've got slight weakness in Bitcoin, but it's expected to be positive for the day. We've got a sell-off on Ripple and Ethereum. It's a weird mix of price action. You don't normally see Ethereum and Solana opposite of one another. I think I read yesterday that DeFi was buying Ethereum. So I'm actually surprised that the future is negative. At any rate, it's now 2:34. No new buy or sell opportunities. Next time frame for us entering the market is 2:45 in the morning. It's a little under 11 minutes from now. It's very odd. It's like literally Bitcoin stopped moving in this 15-minute candle. Really hasn't moved much in the last 30 minutes at all. Look at the theory. Actually, a little bit more interested in that tonight. So it's not a consolidation, but it's pretty close. And there's just not much going on with it right now. It's barely moving too. Let's take a look at Ripple. We're still in that buy. We're nowhere near stop loss, but it's not moving. Solana, same thing. About Cardano, same pattern. Doge is moving. Jesus isn't moving very much either. Oh, well, we'll keep watching it, but I don't see anything to be particularly excited about right now. There's no there. Cryptocurrency tonight. Another 7 minutes left at 2:45. So next time frame to enter the market. Hmm. 5 minutes left to go. Gonna grab a blanket. It's getting a little cool in here. Much better. Okay, coming on. 3 minutes left to go to 2:45. For those of you curious of what I'm doing, I'm looking at Bitcoin versus Tether on a 5 minute and looking for a transition into a confirmed downtrend. To see that, I need blue on the top, gray in the middle, and aqua on the bottom, which is quite a ways from now. Right now, I'm seeing consolidation on the 5 minute on Bitcoin, which is why the price is not moving at all. Hovering just above a loss of 1,450 points for the day. Since Monday, we have seen what we normally don't see, and that is that the movement of Bitcoin has been counter to the movement of altcoins all week. So in instances where Bitcoin was up, the rest of the market's been selling off. And when the rest of the market has been rallying, Bitcoin has been declining. Generally, Bitcoin leads the market. And all of this was caused by one person. There was a Bitcoin whale who sold $9.6 billion worth of Bitcoin a couple of days ago. That is the all-time high record for the movement of Bitcoin in one transaction. The previous record was around 3,700 Bitcoin. This was 80,000 Bitcoin by one person. And ever since then, the price action on all cryptocurrency has been very strange. So until people kind of get over that shock, which may take this entire week, we're not going to get much movement on Bitcoin or any other asset, up or down. Also, oddly enough, the U.S. Congress has passed not one, but two, but three separate bills on cryptocurrency. And none of these bad boys have yet been signed by President Trump. So I don't know if they're going to try and do this in one big hoopla, but they need to hurry up and get their move on so we can get some reaction out of the market. For the first time, we've had real legislation behind trying to codify cryptocurrency in the United States. All right, it's now 2:45 in the morning. Almost a minute in, quarter of the hour, still no calls for buy or sell just yet. Give it about another minute. Get nothing at 2:45. Our next moment to enter the market will be at 3 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's the top of the hour. In about 14 minutes from now. We'll stay tracking Bitcoin versus Tether on the 5 minute. And in addition to that, we do call futures trades. They have kind of a 10-minute stagger to the rest of the market. So that might pop off around 250 to 255-ish if there are any movements. I don't anticipate it, but it's a possibility. All right, it's 2 minutes past, so there'll be nothing at 2:45. Again, our next opportunity to enter the market will be about 3 a.m. in the morning, the top of the hour. It's going to be a little under 13 minutes from now. We're in a pretty solid consolidation for Bitcoin versus Tether, which has also brought the entire crypto market, for the most part, to a grinding halt. Normally, we'll see a lot of action on crypto perpetuals, like we saw on Monday and Tuesday. Not on tonight, at least thus far. Like we got finally a little bit of reaction on Bitcoin. It's fallen below that consolidation zone, and it's heading its way back towards 117,900. The line item that we marked off at the 50 exponential moving average on the daily earlier in the live. Made up on 3 minutes left to go to the top of the hour. Actually, 8 minutes. Keep forgetting I'm only 5-minute time frame. <clears throat> 6 minutes left to go. All right, official below 5 minutes left to go to the top of the hour. Pretty quiet morning thus far. One take profit and one sell on Great British pound sterling versus the Danish krone. Minutes left to go to the top now. Not the top of the hour. Being relatively quiet. The strength of consolidation on Bitcoin. If we get nothing at 3 a.m., our next time to enter the market will be at 3:15 a.m. Hmm. A little bit of a movement on Bitcoin, still no there in consolidation. Oh, more waiting. Coming up on 3:30. 3:15 has already passed up again. No new calls. Next time frame in the market will be at 3:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's going to be a little over 13 minutes from now. Quiet, no, nothing going on right now. Hmm. Still the way it So The consolidation have not moved really at all. This computer live doing the thing. So we're still live. At the moment, we're just waiting. Um, there's a pretty massive consolidation across the entire market. I mean, there's no movement on futures, there's no movement on Forex, no movement on commodities, cryptocurrency, no nothing. A lot of that has to do with major news coming out on Thursday. So if you're not really kind of aware of that, I'll show it to you. I like to use Forex factoring. for this stuff. So you go here, click on calendar, you scroll down to Thursday. Look at all this major news coming out. This is why nothing's moving. So even today, during the day, may get one or two opportunities to enter the market, but it's going to be dreadfully slow until that news comes out. Now, Thursday and Friday, the market's going to be really jumping. But, consolidation has the market in a chokehold right now, and we're just waiting. There's only so much to be said outside of stuff that's actually happening, and I'm not one of those creators that likes to prattle on when it's not necessary, which is why it's called the quiet storm. We just focus on the meat and potatoes. Now, I will say this, and even though it is a consolidation, Bitcoin is slowly creeping its way towards a confirmed downtrend on 5 minute. That's pretty insignificant and large scale of things, because you really need a confirmed downtrend on higher time frames to confirm at least a short-term retracement on Bitcoin. Right now, we don't have that. I mean, even our trades on indices have kind of stalled out. When we started the live, Australia 200 was 40 points up. That's an 8-point difference. Same thing on France 40 and German 30. It's really not been much movement at all. We did call out a single trade on Great British Pound versus Danish Krone, but that's it. And the other signal came out was on the Euro versus Great British Pound, which is a Forex currency minor pair, and it invalidated itself within 3 minutes. So we never entered that trade. Which pretty much leaves us with the trades that are already still open for us. It looks like we've had some movement on the Australian dollar versus the US dollar, the United States dollar versus CAD, both of these trades that we're in. But that's it. So my computer was a live stream for last night. Oh yeah. And last night the market was moving. Right up until about 3 a.m. So we were kind of cooking with gas until then. Once it hit 3 o'clock, the market just went to a standstill. So for the last hour of the live last night, there really was no action. tonight, it's pretty much been that way the entire time, except the first 15 minutes of the stream. So you do have nights like this where the market just will not move. That's fine. When I first started trading back in 2015, one of the mistakes that I made as a new trader was I felt like I constantly needed to be in the market. And I didn't become profitable on a consistent basis until I stopped making that mistake. So, number one, I'm not even getting in the market unless I have a confirmed signal call that is trading with the trend. And number two, it's okay not to be in the market. Your capital's safe if you're not making any money. So it boils down to one central truth in trading, and that is that you are paid to wait. That's pretty much it. I will say it is a little bit irritating to be in instances where you hope to be making some money in the market, but if it's quiet, it's quiet. So it's now 4 o'clock in the morning. Probably got another 30 seconds or so to hit the 2-minute mark at the top of the hour. And there's just been no movement. So we'll be back at it at 2 a.m. tomorrow. I am the Pit Messiah, your host for the Quiet Storm Live trading session on July the 23rd, 2025. The Quiet Storm Live trading sessions are held every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 2 a.m. in the mornings, Central Standard Time sharp. That is the opening bell of the London Stock Exchange. So no action tonight except Great British Pound and Danish Krone. If you're going to go ahead and follow the live for tomorrow, if you click on the channel itself, go to the placeholder for July the 24th. Just click on the notify button. It's going to let you know when I do go live for tomorrow. It's pretty much going to be on 2 a.m. sharp. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn on those notifications, and I'll see you guys at 2 a.m. sharp. If you do want to follow the trades that are not called during the live, I do call trades 24/7. So if you click on the link, if you click on the description to the video and scroll down, you get access to Project Genesis from there. I'm going to go ahead and post the link to the group now. It is free of charge. One of the only things I'm probably never going to put behind a pay gate. And here's the link to that. So I'll stay live for a few more minutes, so you guys go ahead and click on that if you want to use it. And then I am going to sleep until New York, which is a couple of hours from now. Always a pleasure. And sorry there was not much action tonight, but the market's always right. You can't force it. The New York Stock Exchange opens at 7:30 Central Standard Time, so about 3.5 hours from now. And generally what happens is that you have retracement of the market during a little bit during the Asian session, but certainly during the London session. And then New York, which is when you have kind of a 4-hour period where the European markets are still open and the New York market is open. There's a lot of liquidity. So things move typically in reverse direction of the London market. So what you'll normally realize is that it typically happens on Monday, but it doesn't happen every day. the European markets will set a high or low for the day, and then New York is going to be a reset of that. If you have a break of the Asian range leading into the London market, you're normally going to get an opportunity to buy or sell and ride that bad boy in the opposite direction for the rest of the day. And it happens over and over and over again on every asset across every market. And once you see it, you just can't unsee it. And that's why we win so often. I believe, and I didn't even throw that up on stream tonight, we're at 650 wins right now. And I did not start trading until May the 2nd of this year because I was sick most of the first part of the year. So we're at 650 wins versus 566 losses, 53.45% win rate. We've won 1,910,582 pips in about 2 months. So basically, we're kicking ass and taking names. All right, that's it for tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day, get some rest, and we'll be back at it tomorrow morning.